All right, we're now joined by our top finishing rookie and our 8th place finisher, Kyle Larson, driver of the number 32 Cessna Chevrolet. Kyle, great race for you guys out there. Talk a little bit about your night and your 8th place finish.
Yeah, our night wasn't very exciting. I kind of just rode around 12th to 15th the whole race, and we were a little too tight in the center and free off, and wasn't that great on the long run either. But at the end, we missed a couple accidents, and we were actually pretty good on a short run there and got by a couple cars, and not a bad finish. I really just wanted a top 10 and not to be in any wrecks, so I'll take it. And just want to thank my whole Turner Scott Motorsports team and Chip Ganassi and Cessna and everybody that helps out to let me run.
All right, we'll go ahead and open it up for questioning. Okay, let's start with Stan, and then we'll go to the gentleman right there in the back. Go ahead, Stan.
Hi, Stan Creekmore with RPMtonight.com. Kyle, based on what you said, how do you tolerate 250 laps, knowing that you just don't have what you need, and you got to do what you did?
Well, you just got to make sure you're there at the end of the race, because you never know what could happen. Like with the wreck with Austin Dillon and Allgaier in the 3, there's 2 spots that you gained. Then the restarts, you never know what's going to happen there. And the 16 got a run on me down the front stretch, and we both drove into 1 and 2 really hard. And I knew he wasn't going to be able to make the corner, so I slowed down as much as I could. And sure enough, he blew through the corner, and there was 2 more spots. So you just got to be there at the end, and you can get a few more spots. So tough day, but we'll take an 8th.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Kyle, Eric Jones with InThePitsMedia.com. In that last restart, you went balls to the wall, man. What was going through your mind as you took the field 3 wide into turn 1 to gain all those positions to bring you home to an 8th place finish?
Well, every restart, somebody would try it. So, I was hoping I could get that opportunity, and I got a good restart and was able to, get to 3 wide into 1, and it worked out. So, I think it helped maybe with a spot or 2. So, I don't know. The restarts were definitely exciting tonight, and just wish we could have had a better car for a long run.
All right. Any additional questions for Kyle? All right. Thanks, Kyle.
All right, cool.
We're now joined by our 2nd and 3rd place finishers. Excuse me. I'm on the winner. The 2nd and 3rd place finishers, Kevin Harvick, driver of the number 33 Hungry Man Armor Chevrolet, and Kyle Busch, driver of the number 54 Monster Energy Toyota. Lots of battles out there tonight. Kevin, you led a lot of laps. Talk a little bit about your night, and then Kyle will follow up with your comment as well.
Yeah, our car was fairly good on the longer runs. The 22 was really good for the short runs, and kind of had to try to fend him off as good as you could. And I was able to sneak up beside him and almost by him on a backstretch, pretty much by him on a backstretch, and I got loose off of 2 and kind of stacked him up, and 54 was able to kind of sneak by us on the top there because we had to check up so much. So all in all, it was a fun night. He just had a better car for the short runs, and I enjoyed the race back and forth, and I always want to win, but it's still enjoyable.
Yeah, I thought we had a decent night. Unfortunately, we just didn't quite have enough to hang with those front 2. They were really, really fast, and in practice we had no indication of that. I thought we were pretty good. Our car seemed fast, and we made some minor changes to it. I guess kind of dialed ourselves out a little bit, you'd say. But we got up there, and instead of having about an 8th place car, Adam and the guys did a good job making some really good changes and got us to a 3rd place car, and that's where we ended up. So we'll take that. Good day, and go on to the next one.
All right. Questions for Kyle or Kevin? Okay, we'll start with Stan.
Stan Creekmore with RPM Tonight. I got to get my mind straight again. Forget it.
Okay.
It's a mental thing. Sorry.
Okay. Any additional questions for Kevin or Kyle? Okay.
For most of the last half of the race, it was the 3 of you up front. What's going through your mind whenever you got 3 of the most skilled, aggressive drivers competing against each other for a finish like that?
I mean, on this night, it's fun. I mean, any night is fun when you can race like that, and you know that everybody's pushing as hard as they can push. And I think when you go back and you look at a lot of the races that have been run at this particular racetrack on this particular nationwide night, you're probably going to race, with those three cars a lot, and you knew that going into the night. So it's just a lot of fun when everybody's pushing, trying to win a race.
Okay.
Is that for me too, or? Yeah, I mean it was good. Certainly there was some tense moments there a few times, but it seemed like it was more so between those two, and then a couple times between Brad and myself. But you're fighting for everything you can get, and there's not a whole lot of grip out there. But when there is, you try to get what you can out of it, and sometimes there's a little bit of room that guy leaves you. It's just enough to get your nose in there, and you can get right up to that guy's left rear quarter panel and make him a little loose off the corners, and you get that. But I thought racing was good.
Okay, we'll go back to Stan.
Okay, I finally remembered my question. Thank you. At what point, Kevin, and Kyle, this is for both of you. At what point today did you or your team make the decision, I want to set up my car for long runs and not short runs?
It just kind of works out like that, to be honest with you. I mean, you don't ever want to really set your car up to run 15 laps really fast. I mean, just sometimes it works out with that style of practice. And when you're with a tire that wears out during practice, and you don't have an indication of really where the car is going to go, because you come in and out so many times, and you don't run 40 laps in a row. So sometimes when you run 25 or 30 laps in practice, and in a race you're going to run 40 or 50. In this particular case, we ran a whole fuel run the first time out, so you don't do that in practice. So a lot of times you'll get a car that'll run 30 or 40 laps and then it'll fall off. But you definitely, I mean, we don't ever set our car up to run 15 or 20 laps for sure.
Yeah, you basically get what you get. There's times where you could be the best short run car and long run car, and you got a pretty dominant day. Other times there are guys that can certainly squirt out a little bit on a short run, but you can run them back down in the long run. Just your tires take either a little bit to come in, or you just don't wear them out as much as those guys do. So it's just a product. It's not necessarily how you set it up. It's just a product of what you get.
All right, we'll go to the back.
Eric Jones, InThePitsMedia.com. This question is for both you guys. With the cool temperatures tonight and what's expected for tomorrow night, do you think the track will continue to rubber in as we get on later into the runs tomorrow, to where we may see more of this side-by-side action that we saw tonight with passes on the outside for the lead?
I mean, I think on restarts, you'll probably be able to do that, and I think you'll be able to, to move up a couple feet. But I think the bottom's still going to be the place to be. I don't think it's going to rubber up any more than it did tonight.
All right, Kevin, Kyle, thank you for your time, and best of luck tomorrow.